Hey everybody, HMV here, playing more Factorio, and this is a special episode. It is a triple-double in that normally I go triple speed, now I'm doubling that, and I'm going 6 times speed, so every 10 minutes is an hour. The reason I did that is not a lot happened over these 2 hours. I did a lot of fiddling with stuff in order to get my iron production up. That's the main thrust of this episode, this entire 2-hour episode. I might do this more often. I might actually do it every single time. I'm not sure yet. Let me know what you think. I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to do whatever anybody says, but I will take it into account. The big thing is there's only so many times I can say, hey, I'm setting up copper now, and I'm setting up iron now, and I'm doing this now. And you know, this is taking a little bit longer than I expected to set up all these things. But one of the things that's going to make it a little bit easier here is I am, wait for it, making a car. And this car is going to be able to drive me around, and I'm going to plow through basically everything that you can imagine. I'm going to plow through power poles, I'm going to plow through trees, a couple rocks, maybe a inserter or two here and there. Most of the time I fix everything as I break it, but who knows what I'm gonna leave out. If I look like I'm driving drunk, it's because it's at 6 times speed, and half the time I don't remember what I want to do. The second thing though that I want to talk about here is the train stations. In addition to setting up those what do they call them? The chain signals for the train stations. I found out that all that does is push the problem back a step. By back a step, I mean onto the train lines, which is bad. So I made this here, and this is allowing me to snap this onto existing train stations. And I also have a blueprint for new train stations. And no longer am I going to allow train stations to go left or right. And I'm definitely no longer going to allow them to go both left and right. The way this train station here is set up is how the main thing is going to be set up. There's going to be waiting bays off to the left, assuming this thing is facing straight up, waiting bays off to the left, and the station off to the right, and we're going to continue going out as we need more stations, and then whatever we're working on is always going to be on the far side of that, so I can always extend everything farther out as we go. But that was important for that, because that station had multiple cars coming in. The next thing I'm going to do here, though, is I need to extend this line out because we need to set up more iron smelting, and I have decided I'm going to abandon the iron smelting that I have up on the, here you see my corner section. This is the modularity of the rail lines showing off here. It makes it very easy to extend the rail line because I have all these blueprints set up. But I hate the train station that is, or the smelting base, I should say, that is currently set up here. And so here I'm taking out some biters with my cheaty tactics, but hey, if they work, they work. I'm also out of rail lines, so I decided to go back, and I actually can't get back because I'm constantly hitting sections where I hadn't laid rail lines, and I don't have any to lay, so I have to get in my car, drive it back, pick up all the rail lines I can, so we can head back out and do that. But notice up above, evolution is already getting close to 27%. I think it crosses 27% as soon as we destroy all these last biter bases, because yeah, it's just they're hating me, and they're hating me quickly, and it's amazing because I've barely done anything with them at all. I don't think I set their evolution to go faster. If anything, I thought I set it to go slower, but I guess that's just the way it is. My classic let the mod lay down lines and then realize that I want to grenade the things and then blow up my own stuff tactic that I like to put in. Then I'm using long reach here to just totally obliterate a biter base there. That's the way you do it. It's pretty awesome. But just taking out the last few biter bases here, so that when I do lay these stations down, we don't have to worry about them coming in and screwing us over. And just how powerful this is. Look at how quickly I took out these bases. Even at, see, now I'm at 28% taking out these bases. So we're well into the like the second tier of biters, and my basic turrets with basic ammo is just wiping them out. I left a couple behind, so I tried to drive my car down, have a miserable time at it, then decide to walk through this forest, and then grab my turrets and head back in my car now to here. And what's going to happen here is I'm going to set up a new station, and I have these things set up. This is the main station. This is what most stations are going to start out like this. If I expect them to be mid-sized, this would be a mid-sized station. It's got three main stations that can be drop off or pick up. I actually need this one to be a little bit bigger because the ultimate goal of here is to see, there's I grabbed the wrong thing here. I have this is my steel furnaces. That's the other thing I'm going to do here is steel furnaces. But I'm going to have two things dropping off iron ore, one thing dropping off coal, and then one thing picking up iron plates. Because iron plates are twice as efficient as iron ore. I need to be bringing twice as much iron ore as I'm picking up plates because they stack twice as much. The plates do. So I dropped the rails off. I wonder what I'm out of, because one of the reasons I double sped this thing up. Oh, I wanted to grab the yellow, my single yellow. What do you call it? The assembler, the tier 3 assembler, and I wanted to pick up. I'm picking up all the makings for steel furnaces, because while I've decided to use steel furnaces, I'm not actually making them right now. So I need to make them on site, and I'm also collecting a whole bunch of red belts and things like that because everything's red from now on. Now that I'm making red belts a lot, almost everything's going to be red belts. That's just the way it's going to be. So I set up my assembler here, and I'm just going to throw steel and bricks in there. And that way it will, apparently I'm out of power lines too, so eventually I have a pretty good freeway between all these stations, and I should probably lay down some concrete or some stone bricks on the ground or something like that. But you know, when you're driving the car around, eventually you clear off a path as you just blow through things. So there we got the power hooked up, and now this thing is making the furnaces, and I just need a box to put them in, and then boom, it's making them, and then just letting Blue Build drop all the stuff down, and then now it's time to place the stations. And notice I dropped three drop-off stations because we're going to be dropping off, like I said, coal and then 2 ores. You'll also notice that it didn't drop off the. I just head into a rock there. It didn't place the arms, and I'm like, oh, I don't have any of those arms, and it turns out I'm not making them. So I'm like, well, I'll just make them. Oh, but it takes red things. So until I get oil set up, I can't make the arms that I have set up to be the arms for the red drop-off stations. So I'm gonna have to manually place the best arms I can there. Looks like I need more bells. It's what I really need to do is I need to set up a train that brings me supplies when I need them. I just haven't. I do this a lot. I barreled over a power pole, and yeah, here I realize one of the reasons I came back is I needed power poles. So now we're gonna come here. I get better at doing this eventually. One nice thing is when you plow over a power pole, as long as with Blue Build, as long as you stop moving, you instantly change what you're doing. So here I'm setting up the filter inserters and the just the fast inserters to pull things out of everything, because that's the best I have. Sorry about the bleep there, but that's just the way it works sometimes. Yeah, so I'm setting these up, and notice the ore train just shows up because I have this thing set up to be an ore station. It's kind of nice that it does that. And my Amazon thing decided to talk to me, so sorry about that too. But let's see, where am I going now? I guess I'm trying to find an alternate route that doesn't go through trees, and obviously that's not working. But we get down here, and apparently I need more arms. No, I don't know what I'm doing. think I'm just dropping off supplies. Oh, you know what I'm doing? I was picking up more bricks and picking up more. Jeez, driving like a madman here. Picking up more bricks and picking up more steel to drop in this thing to make more steel furnaces. Yeah, this is just among the things that need to get done. I need to I need to have steel furnaces being made somewhere because I'm going to be making a lot of them because we're going to be smelting a lot of stuff. And I'm going to decentralize it. I kind of like how there's a station here that is just making iron, and you know, if I need another one, it'll be nice to just drop that off. Like make another station, like maybe even copy this entire station, and just paste it down in full. And just let it all get built. That would be kind of nice. So it's modularized and decentralized. So if the biters do start attacking one of the bases, it doesn't instantly kill all my production. It just kills, you know, a certain percentage of my production. I have to lay down all the belts here to get the ore to the station, and I'm gonna run the coal lines as well. So let's see. I have the wrong notes up. That's the way it always works when you don't know this, but I edited a big gap out here. But anyway, all this running around here is why I need a supply train. I need belts delivered to me. I need arms delivered to me. I need electric poles delivered to me so that I don't have to run back to the main base like I'm doing in a second here. In order to do that, and I think there I realized I still had some belts, so I started running them just to clear out my inventory, and then I'm running back here to the wrong part of the base to get belts. Looks like I needed arms too, so hey, you know, it's better than it's better than nothing. But yeah, and here's me continuously crashing into power poles and stuff, but I'm getting better at it, and my inventory's full as always. Almost got hit by a train there, so, you know, what are you going to do? But looks like I hit a power pole and I just didn't care about it at this point here. But so now that I have iron ore running up into these belts, it's time to set up the coal lines. And we've already got the coal, the whole thing set up. I just am not delivering coal to it yet. And I think I've set up the train to deliver there. I just haven't gotten any yet. And that could be a problem going forward, because I mean, that coal train station has been sitting there for quite a while, and no train has showed up to drop off coal. That tells me that we are not producing as much coal as we need in order to get going. So I'm going to hop in my car here and drive eventually here. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I think I'm just cleaning out my inventory a little bit to make sure. Oh, I'm setting up a new coal train. I'm like, you know what? Maybe the problem is that we just don't have the train. So I set it up and I'm like, pick up coal. There is no path to a pickup coal station. So I drive it manually. And the reason there's no path is because it's disabled, not because there was any problem at all. But so looking here, this is my only coal pickup station, and look how little coal is getting to it. And look, also we've got several miners are not like I had to delete them. So I decided to fully cover the thing with. I have to run up here because I left my car back at the other place. But I decide to. Looks like I decided to go back up and get my car or something, but yeah. So now I'm looking at the coal stations, and I'm deciding which one I want to tap here, and I think I decided to tap both of them. I at least decide to put miners down on both of them, but I don't actually set up a station at both of them. I only set up a station at the larger of the two. But I picked up extra miners here, so I can saturate this this field at least currently. But the problem is going to remain, though. That field is not long for this world. So I'm just spacing these miners out to see which is the best, most efficient way to run them here, and the most efficient way to run them is like that. So now, when the time comes, I can very quickly set up a station and grab this coal. However, this coal line, excuse me, excuse me, this coal line, this coal station, I should say, is fairly small. So I decide instead of actually utilizing it, I'm going to go to this one, which is much bigger. And I just lay down the things here just to see what it would look like to cover them. And then I get as many of these laid down as I can. I don't remember if I don't have enough to cover the whole thing. So what I do here is I just take off all the ones on the edges that don't need to actually be on there because they're covered by other places. And I do have just enough miners to cover the entire field, which is nice. So I set up my belts to eventually go to a station, and then I decide I'm going to drop a station. I only need a little station, but I don't have enough room because the water is there. I'm going to need to do some landfill. And I'm trying to decide, do I want to put the station on the other side? What do I want to do? And I decide I do want it right there. So I drop it even though it won't actually place. And I can just run and grab some landfill. I am making landfill in the stone quarry down by the belt station. Belts R Us, I think is what I called it. So I get the miners going, get the lights on, and then crash into a rock. Again, my inventory's full, so when I broke that rock, it just all fell on the ground. Yeah, we got see you notice that train was stuck there behind the other train because it I don't have the little feeder thing set up there, and I will have to set that up. I don't think I've even done it yet. But anyway, so I lay down the landfill here, and then I go into then I drop the station off here, and this is kind of clever here. You drop the station off, and now what I can do here is I can go into map mode after I lay the power lines. And I think I'm setting up I'm setting up all those. And then what I'm going to do here is I was going to rename it and set up all the things. But I'm like, you know what? Let's just go into map mode. Let's go down to the other coal station and control right click that, or shift right click it, or whatever it is. And then shift left click the station here, and then boom, it just copies all the important coal stuff. So now we have a second pickup coal station. I don't know why I ran the belts under that stone instead of breaking it down like I should have. It's kind of stupid, but oh well. I guess I just didn't feel like dealing with it right there. As always, I need more arms. I'm going to drop off the wood here, just doing some inventory managing. Then we, I'm not sure why I came all the way back though, because that coal thing was basically done. So I guess maybe I was running out of yellow stuff. So yeah, oh here I set up a 4x4 balancer. And this is kind of cool. I set up the 4x4 balancer, and I have all the stuff now. But now I can set up a upgrade planner, which is actually a downgrade. It downgrades from red to yellow, and I just do the three belt types. And then when I highlight it, it just changes them all to yellow. And you'll note that I still didn't have enough underground belts, so one of those belts is still red. Not a huge deal, kind of annoying, but not a huge deal. And now I break up the thing, and that gives me the underground belts that I needed in order to complete that thing. So if I had just broken that rock down to begin with, I would have been much better off. So anyway, the original fields, if you'll notice back here, is when we get over there, they're very low. They're like I'm still losing miners here. The fields are very low. They're going to be gone soon. That coal field is just tiny, and the copper field's gone. I've lost an entire arm of it, and the iron field's gone. So as soon as those are gone, I think I'm going to wipe out this entire area. And ideally by then I'll have all my little remote stations set up. We have more smelting going now, so I can set up an arms station, and then I'm going to set up there's our coal, yay. So we finally have enough coal to actually deliver coal to places. But I'm going to set up my arm station, and then I'm going to set up my military station, and then we're going to start researching again, which is going to be nice. And then I can start getting while the research is running, I can start doing what's it called, oil. And then once we get oil, then we're going to be good to go. But that's basically it for the episode. We have this whole thing set up. We have a couple more stations to make, and then things are looking good. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I'm HMV, and I will, as always, talk at you later.